Hello, everyone. Nice to virtually meet you all. So my name is Taavi, sales manager at OneOT, and briefly about the webinar in general. So the agenda is that we will talk a little bit about OneOT, the company, the eSIM, our offering, then about let's dive into the hardware part, and then again back to the platform and the eSIM management, and then some use cases, and lastly the Q&A session as that was mentioned before already. So let's kick it off. OneOT is a carrier-independent connectivity provider. In general, we aggregate a lot of different carriers onto one SIM card, one platform, the regular SIM, and as well as eSIM that enables the over-there provisioning of the SIM card, so swapping profiles over there, and this will be the main focus for this. So our eSIM infrastructure is fully GSMA certified, and our eSIM manufacturer in this case is valid. And yeah, on OneOT side as well, that the customer relationships and troubleshooting is all on our hands. So our clients do not need to go to the carrier or do the troubleshooting on that way. They have one point of contact for that. So that's a value as well. Our main idea is removing the complexity of IoT connectivity, and we have different means for that. So firstly, the global connectivity with the eSIM and the regular roaming SIM. So already there is a flexibility to for our end users and clients. So they have the option to choose between different SIMs and based on their technical requirements and what they need. Furthermore, we have developed our own eSIM and SIM management platform called OneOT Terminal, and totally a self-service platform, giving a lot of freedom to the end user in terms of the eSIM management as well as SIM management and data packages within a lot of different features on the platform that can be utilized. And of course, one point of contact. So this is actually quite important. You don't need to hustle with different invoices, even if your devices or deployments are scattered all around the world in different regions, different countries. Still, receiving one invoice is actually quite a good thing to all of the team as well as the accounting team. Debugging and hardware definitely something that is should not be underestimated in the IoT industry in general. A lot of this has to be done, and especially when you are in the scaling phase or prototyping, but as well as you are already deploying. About the eSIM, so OneOT eSIM, we tend to say that it will future-proof the IoT deployments, and what we mean by that is that as you can swap the carriers over there, so you can imagine it like this, that you are not locked in one specific carrier, and changing the carrier would mean changing the physical SIM in the device. But with the eSIM, you can do it over there. So already you will save the effort of calling back your device, taking the physical SIM out and sending it back to the end user or client. So this can all be done over there, which is a huge, a very good thing, let's say. So global coverage, all our eSIMs come with a global footprint, can connect you in 119 countries. That's like the default profile on the eSIM that is mainly used. And of course, the client has all access to the portfolio of carrier partners that can be downloaded and enabled from the eSIM management platform. And a wide or a big confusion on the market is that when we are talking about eSIM, a lot of people think that eSIM is a virtual SIM card or it's not a physical thing. And I can understand where the confusion comes from, but actually it looks like exactly the regular SIM card you have seen. It comes in different form factors in the plastic and as well as the MFF tube, which is called the embedded SIM chip that is soldered on the PCB panel. So just all physical characteristics are the same. The difference there is the software that is uploaded or downloaded on the card itself. And yeah, it gives a lot of costs and time savings and guaranteed global connectivity. So a lot of different networks where you can connect different countries as well as different radio access types, 2G, 3G, 4G. Yeah, eSIM might not be something for everyone, but definitely there are a lot of different verticals that it can be used and it would be useful. For example, manufacturing. Manufacturing companies can install the eSIM directly on the device and ship out the device to their distributors, to their resellers, whoever. And these might be, again, all scattered around the world. And you can just download the correct profile. For example, in Brazil, where you need a local profile, you can download the profile. Or example, in EU, you can download the Vodafone profile or whatever the need is. So giving a lot of flexibility for device manufacturers, definitely. Future-proof deployments. By this, we mean that we already are experiencing different network sunsets. For example, 3G in the United States or in Japan, there is no 2G multiple years already. So these are all something that you need to account that your SIM module supports some kind of 2G, 3G, or 4G. And if something is eliminated on network level, your SIM cannot connect anymore. And eSIM can solve this problem because you can download a new profile over there without changing the physical SIM card in the device. And lastly, scaling quicker, definitely something good for whether it's a startup or already existing business. eSIM provides quite quick go-to-market and yeah, again, goes with the flexibility side of things. And as well, you can see here that all form factors, mini SIM, micro, nano, and MFF2 are represented. So can be with plastics as well as with the chip version. And yes, the management platform. So on the management platform, you can compare different carriers. So this is very important when you're expanding to a new market or a new region. You can do the comparison before downloading the profile and compare by carrier or price or whatever is important for you. And you can do the downloading procedure and activate the SIM or the profile on the platform. And yeah, hardware, definitely hardware is something that is quite important with eSIM, as not all SIM modules support eSIM functionality, mainly the over-there provisioning functionality. And two things that need to be supported by the SIM module. First is the peer independent protocol, and the second is the SIM application toolkit for commands. Of course, we provide always support with these SIM tests. We have and functionality tests and hardware like specifications or recommendations. And we have even created a series of eSIM test reports that are available if needed. And all of our testing or eSIM clients do a hardware session with our hardware engineers to actually be certain that over there provisioning functionality is there, the BIP is enabled, application toolkit is available, and make sure that everything works as it should, and then everything's good. With regards to Teltonika networks, so we have tested two devices, the Route 240 router and the TRM 240 modem. So again, test reports are done of those, but in this case, I will hand it over to Tadas, who will explain more about it, and after that we can jump again into the eSIM management platform.
Okay, thank you, Tari, for the first part of webinar. Do you see my screen, Tari? Could you? Thank you. So thank you for the interesting part, and let me take over and talking about Teltonika networks. I hope that you hear me correctly. Everything is working, and so Teltonika Networks is a rapidly growing technology company manufacturing professional network connectivity equipment for international markets. Through long-term experience and research and development of industrial network devices for IoT and machine-to-machine communication, we have developed a wide portfolio of products for the most complex areas of Industry 4.0, smart city, and green energy. We are originally based in Lithuania, in the heart of Europe, where we create and manufacture all of our products. We are in full control of all our product development stages. This way, we can make sure that we deliver only the best quality products. Last year, we grew our local team by more than 45%. As part of Teltonika IoT Group, we have local offices in more than 18 locations across the globe. This helps us to be closer to clients with local sales and stock and support. And having this close connection is essential to enable close feedback loop that allow us to create better products for different maturity markets and adapt the way we work in different corners of the world. As a result, we have sales and partners in around 140 countries. As you see from the map, we still have some work to do, but our goal is to paint this whole map in blue. Of course, this would not be possible without significant investment in product certification, which is one of our key focus areas in order to increase market share globally. At the moment, we are one of top 5 global providers of cellular connectivity routers and gateways for IoT and industrial IoT, but our ambitions just don't stop there. Our growth is the most important aspect in understanding Teltonika networks. Over the last few years, we have fulfilled very ambitious growth targets, which resulted in 43 million euros revenue in very, let's say, challenging 2020 years with 45% growth rate. During the webinars and sales training, I usually get such question, Tadas, how you managed to reach such impressive growth rate? Well, it took a few years for the customers to realize that our devices are secure, reliable, and feature-rich, as other industrial cellular routers and gateways, which cost double or even triple than Teltonika Networks devices. Our ambition to offer professional networking equipment for all IoT and industrial IoT applications, to capture the global market with unique approach and partner-first mentality, and to be able to offer all products that are required in professional enterprise networking market segments. A very important part of our business is having to rely on no external partners when manufacturing is concerned. Like all Teltonika IoT Group products, our devices are made in a modern manufacturing facility in Lithuania. We just moved into a brand new facility in 2020. With strict processes and state-of-art equipment, we are able to ensure highest quality production. A lot of manufacturing is automated too, reducing impact of a human error. One thing that truly set us apart from the competition is 4-stage testing process, during which we test each device which leaves our factory, and our failure rate is only 0.1%. Moving on to product portfolio, which consists of modems, gateways, routers, switches, and software. So, as we are developing our devices, we are improving our own IoT platform called RMS. We are adding more features, it is becoming faster, and of course, you have to be able to be up to date with cybersecurity. It allows you to be in control of your connected solution. RMS consists of 3 main parts. RMS management gives you full control over your fleet of Teltonika networks, routers, and gateways, ensuring their security and availability. Just imagine, when you need to update firmware to 2,000 routers. Without RMS, it would take days or even weeks, but with RMS, it's just a matter of minutes. RMS Connect allows you to reach and control other smart devices remotely. With a single Teltonika Networks router or a gateway and an RMS, you can directly access all Windows or Linux machines without even public IP or VPN, just as if you would be sitting in front of them. RMS API helps you to take what you need from RMS and implement into the IoT platform of your choice. And remember, with every single hour device, you can test for free all of the functionalities of RMS for 30 days. Our modems include models with LTE Cat1, Cat-M1 narrowband connectivity. They are perfect of large-scale and cost-efficient deployments, such as infrastructure upgrades due to the transition, as Tavi mentioned, from 2G or 3G. Let's move on to the cellular gateways. These offer an excellent combination of advanced firmware, functionality, and choice of wired interfaces. With these gateways, you simply need to identify which interfaces you need. Would it be Ethernet, serial, or inputs and outputs elements? And we will find the most valuable model for you. It is really important to mention that all of our gateways are compatible with our RMS system as well, which extends even their functionality even further. And of course, our strongest product group is cellular routers featuring 4G LTE with backwards compatibility to older generations of cellular communication if necessary. They have a wide array of wired and wireless interfaces, including Wi-Fi, Ethernet, serial, inputs and outputs. They have 100-ish of applicable use cases, but their main purpose is to provide you with primary or backup communication to your infrastructure. Later on, I will explain more in depth about the best-selling device. In addition of 4G routers, we have started expanding our non-mobile router range. It has the same root OS operating system as other our networking equipment, but comes without cellular modems. Another new but exciting portfolio direction we have begun last year, industrial switches. Currently, we offer simple 5-port switches with or without PoE that focus on entirely different applications. So before moving to the segment of the use cases, I would like to give back the stage to my colleague.
All right, so let's continue with the SIM management and eSIM management platform called 1OT Terminal. Yes, so overall, you can see the data traffic, data sessions, SMS information, and filter it and queue everything you need on the data monitoring side. Yeah, it's a self-service platform. So in that sense, you can change the SIM statuses yourself to live, offline, or sleep. Set the data limits, send SMSs from the platform. For example, AT commands quite often used. You can even save the most used AT commands, so you don't need to type in them every time. Different detailed views of the data sessions and the SMS information. Of course, pricing, billing, invoices definitely needed to see on that platform, as well as searching, grouping, naming, tagging the SIMs and eSIM, which might help a lot of managing all the SIMs in one place, especially when you have them quite a lot. On the eSIM management tool, easy to use interface, of course, to see all the transactions you have done with your eSIMs. Everything can be logged and checked afterwards. And of course, automated eSIM tests for making sure the modules support the eSIM. Then the comparison tool or the pricing comparison table that we talked about briefly before. So you can compare the prices, carrier prices between different networks or cellular technologies. What is the most important for a different use case? It might not be pricing all the time. It might be other technical requirements. And of course, we don't lock you into using one carrier. You are free to choose whatever is suitable for your use case or deployment. And of course, create and edit data packages as you need. So different options, whether it's pay as you go, pool data amount, fixed megabyte data package, quite flexible on that side as well. Again, that might be useful with the deployment. Billing information. So we represent all the information with regards to the billing. And of course, as I mentioned, the system supports pay-as-you-go and megabyte package as well as pooling, and quite straightforward and transparent that you will get a total overview of how much is the data fee, how much is the base fees, how much is the SMSs, and so on. And these can be reviewed with the click of a button. So you can just log into one of the terminal and see the invoice information, whether it's the ongoing month or past months. And yeah, that's it. So Dada's the eSIM management platform, quite straightforward thing. I will not stop very much on that side. So if anyone is interested, then of course different demos are an option. We can do a demonstration, live demonstration. So this can be all addressed. Let us know in the Q&A or just approach us. And I would kindly give over the microphone.
Okay, thank you, Tavi. It was very fast, and quite straightforward. So let me share my screen again. Is everything okay? Yeah. Okay, so moving on to use cases. I would like to highlight that we at Teltonika Networks entirely know that there are more than 300 different use cases scenarios with our devices, and each week we get more new use cases scenario with our devices. So it's adding up, more and more use cases. So as the use cases which I will be showed features Route 240 device, I would like to highlight this cellular 4G LTE router. As Tavi mentioned, One IoT has fully tested and they are working with Route 240 for quite a while now. Route 240 is the best seller, where it plays a significant role because it is the best selling device by far. 4G LTE Cat4 Route 240 is equipped with 2 Ethernet ports and 1 SIM card slot. Also, it supports Wi-Fi. Our Wi-Fi is enriched with multiple features such as it can act as an access point mode and station mode at the same time. I usually get this question, on webinars and in trainings. Tadas, why it is so popular device? Well, to answer in shortly, because it is very small, fits in any casing or enclosures, reliable, secure. 4G LTE router is more than enough in very different scenario solutions. So that's why it is so popular among our partners. Before moving to the real-life examples, use cases, I would like to touch a few points why IoT is needed for a global manufacturer of machinery, which costs hundreds of thousands of euros. Some time ago, they didn't want to have anything with adding networking device into their solution. And their arguments, let's say, were understandable at that time. They said additional time would be needed and costs spent on adding IoT device. Additional problems will occur, which by installing a networking equipment and providing the support, etc. And they were thinking, let's leave networking equipment headache just to the local integrator or even to the customer if possible. But then they changed their mindset when they saw how much more value IoT could add and create to their solution through their product itself. Live support. Now the support engineer can see everything on their computer monitor, not via phone. And now the support is much more effective. They can be notified when the solution is facing technical difficulties. With visible data and settings, you can predict upcoming issues of the equipment. trackable working hours, periodic repairs, or all changes allows you to see if your customer is fulfilling warranty policies. And data. The history of machinery usage by different customers in a different part of the globe is very valuable, and it is essential for the improvement. So all those benefits were evaluated by manufacturer of boring and milling equipment producer, and they have decided to implement cellular router Route 240 in their equipment. They have customers in a lot of countries in the world, and support them locally would be just a nightmare without IoT. The Route 240 industrial 4G LTE Wi-Fi router designed as main or backup internet source. Wi-Fi connection allows controlling the machine using a phone, a tablet, or computer if necessary. But the main thing is in this solution is the possibility to connect remotely using a VPN connection established by our router and the equipment provider's server. All data is encrypted and travels via Sophos VPN client. They chose Teltonika Networks as their single vendor for networking equipment as Route 240 has a global certification. So it is working in most of the countries around the world. And with one IoT, they can have global connectivity too. Another use case comes from global manufacturer of fluid pumps. The Route 240 was chosen to collect performance data from pumps controllers over the Wi-Fi and securely forward it to IoT cloud analytics platform. Collected flow data is used to predict system operating requirements using intelligent controls and cloud-based performance management. Besides, it helps to make informed decisions on system retrofits using predictive analysis to downsize equipment and further increase energy savings. Just imagine how invaluable data is, which is collected from different countries, from different situations. Teltonika Networks Route 240 collects data from all pumps, boosters, heat exchangers, and chiller controls, and securely forwards it using MQTT protocol. And yet again, this manufacturer was looking for a single, reliable vendor for their global activities. At the same time, spend installed and supporting networking devices would be minimal. Our partners globally have plenty business with companies which produce or implement digital screens because they need to have their own independent connection to their solution. As Route 240 is very small and can fit in small places, that's one of the reasons it is selected. Then the router is connected to media player where content is saved and shared from. As our routers can act as an access point, it can save a lot of cost when screens are installed inside malls or shops. The main reason why integrators of digital signage are using IoT device with eSIM is for an easy installation and maintenance of their fleet of screens. And they are able to control everything remotely. Another limited space required solution, vending machines. There's no doubt they need to monitor their machines 24/7 and that a reliable and secure mobile device is a must. They need to know when to fill in the machines. Their internet is needed to pay with credit cards as well as the possibility to connect a digital screen too. And for manufacturer of such machines, it is very convenient to use a single vendor for their global activities. The last use case for this webinar I chose to add from rapidly growing electrical vehicle market. Our partner manufacturer of EV charging stations, CirControl, selected Route 240 of its small size, reliability, and security. CirControl's DC quick charging station is a complex and comprehensive hardware and software solution connected to CirControl's advanced Cosmos cloud-based platform. The router has to work 24/7 and it is used to collect and store data from a specific set of EV chargers for monitoring and reporting. Moreover, they can proceed maintenance while sitting in the car with the help of Wi-Fi. And routers leave Teltonika Networks facility with specific firmware, thus allows our partner to spend minimal time installing it in their facility. Overall, our devices range can fulfill any primary or backup connectivity use case within these 6 market segments. In fact, together with our partners, we have developed more than 60 use cases that can be found on our webpage. Just come in and see it by yourself. So to finalize discussion, I must highlight our product philosophy, which is to offer all of our new devices that are reliable, secure, and easy to use. Our products are engineered and manufactured with a goal to achieve the best reliability possible. This is heavily validated with testing before our products leave the factory floor. Security risk tests are performed consistently on all Teltonika Networks devices, and all products are being periodically updated to eliminate any breaches in order to assure highest level of security. Teltonika Networks devices are highly professional, however, they are very easy to use. Our ability to offer products which do not require any special training is one of our key strengths. So, as I mentioned, we have a lot of different use cases, so please visit our website. Hit us on social media where we add every day something new, some installation photos from existing customers, from unique, sometimes very unique solutions, or quite simple. So hit us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Twitter, it doesn't matter. And on Wiki Knowledge Base, you can find the newest firmware, so you can download for your routers free of charge, update the newest firmware for your routers, see the different features, the different functionalities, and there our support added a lot of interesting information how to customize our routers, how to create maybe a VPN for your solution. So there are a lot of examples. Just go also to our Wiki Knowledge Base too.